Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Time is But a Window. Today we are going to be overwatching Flusha in 2016. Here you can see it's a very modern demo. This is Godsent versus Hellraisers. So this is pretty much, at this point, one of the most up-to-date large matches that Flusha has played in. So we should get a pretty good general idea here. As you can see, the last terrorist is headed his way over towards the B site. Bomb is down in the connector between B and A. And Flusha is just kind of watching the staircase and just kind of holding back right now. So I'm just going to speed it up because unless, well, I don't think he's going to get 3 kills so that he actually gets to face off against Flusha. But there's one. We'll see, we'll see. There's 2, and here comes Flusha. Looks to the right, guys on the left side. Takes a couple shots, isn't able to connect. Well, nothing looks suspicious about that. Here we can see Flusha has a mag 7, and he's going to be making his way over here towards the A halls. And he's going to be pushing through and peeking out long here. Actually, he's just holding the angle. Now, there are 2 guys working their way over towards him. He's falling back a little bit. Still got a pretty good angle. He's spotting it. He's looking a little bit over to the wall, but maybe that's just a Go TV thing. He definitely spotted him out for a moment, and he backed off through a smoke. Made the call to his teammates. Those 2 guys are repositioning back towards middle. His teammate takes out one of them. Alright, so he's going to creep his way back over here into sight and play this very passively. He really does not want to take a confrontation. He wants to stay alive as long as possible. Make sure he's got control of this site. Meanwhile, his teammates are doing work, and 2 of the terrorists are still left alive. 0 goes down, and Dead Fox. So far, in the first 2 rounds, not much has happened, but it looks like more guys are going to be pressuring him here on the upper A halls. Takes a shot at them. He's going to throw a nade to try to keep them from pushing into him. And he does quite a bit of damage, but he isn't able to take any of them down. By this point, we're pretty certain that this is his usual positioning, and this is the area that he will normally play. He's watching this angle again. Again, if you guys remember watching the last demo, you can remember how often he was looking at walls and such. I know he's on the CT side right now, but he definitely doesn't seem to be watching walls like he was previously. Still though, he's holding this angle and waiting for someone to push up. There is 2 guys pushing up with the bomb. He's got a little pixel shot here. See if someone tries to peek the exact angle he's at. Yes, they do, and he's able to connect, and he falls back immediately. He's gonna hold another angle like that. Now I know we're just really watching this to make sure that he's not cheating here, but keep in mind that while you're watching this top-level pro play, there's certain things that he does. Especially like watching those pixel cracks. I'm sure that a lot of you guys in Matchmaker have tried that and only had the guy just run right past that spot instead of trying to peek the angle. The biggest thing you're going to notice between top pro players is that they're usually willing to try to take those angles because they think they're going to react first, they think they're going to aim quicker than the other person. But whereas lower skilled players and people in Matchmaker tend to be a little bit more clumsy with their movement, a little bit less likely to take those kind of picks and usually run right past the angle. Either way, this guy peeks out, isn't able to connect with him. One more guy in sight. He's able to take him down. One more pushing up to his right and get caught off guard by him. Again, we can see that so far he hasn't been doing much of anything compared to what he was doing on that cash game. It's very suspicious that he went from being so incredibly aware to playing pretty traditionally. Then again, we are still on the CT side, and maybe on the terrorist side we'll see something that'll really make us go, what? But as for right now, he's doing the exact same thing, holding the same angle. They're making their way through middle. His teammates have probably called it. He's trying to get across. He doesn't want to mess with that staircase. Danger's a pain in the ass. One guy over to his left, he heard footsteps, he was able to turn and connect with the shot. Able to get another hit, and then he peeks out because he doesn't want to get shot through the wall, and he gets taken down. This time he's going to be changing it up. He's playing with an M4A4, making his way over here towards middle, sitting here in danger, just kind of watching it. And there is a guy there. He might be able to spot him out. I think more than likely he'll probably just spot it, and if he does see someone, fall off of it. But he ends up smoking it off and falling off anyways. Terrorists, however, are throwing smoke grenades. And they're trying to take the site. He's over by the wood. They're able to take out one of them. Teammate actually gets the other one. He tries to go hide in the smoke. Alright, so he's making his way back towards danger. He's kind of just holding the doors. Again, spotting that little pixel right there to see if anyone goes past it. The terrorists are making their way over towards the B site. They're actually able to get 2 early picks, and they're going to have to do a retake on this. It's going to be a little bit difficult. 0 goes down, but it's all on Flusha versus 4 of them. One of them has 3 health, though. That's a little bit of a comfort. Though really, at the end of the day, chances are he's just going to want to save his gun, because I can't imagine him trying to take out all of them. So he's going to be trying to tactically hide from them. Again, notice here, like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show it, but if I do still have the video, he's turning to the right because he's trying to hear footsteps. That's how a usual player will do it. Trying to hear exactly where those footsteps are coming from, pinpoint them, whereas originally in the one from 2014, he wasn't just turning to like listen to the footsteps, he was literally looking at people through the wall. Here he's able to pick that guy as he comes into the area. It shows how much his playstyle has changed. He's back over here in A halls again, but they are making their way into B once more, so he's going to have to rotate over. They're able to take out 2 quick picks. That leaves him in a 3v5, and we'll see if he's going to try to go for it. His teammates are boosting up, so they can come down and try to, in a sense, flank them. But looks like they're just going to hold. One terrorist is sneaking his way through A halls. And Flusha is going to get back into the back of sight, try to save his gun. Peeks out, but he doesn't spot anyone. Flush is making his way back over here towards danger. He's going to spot the same little area. We throw an incendiary grenade there, block him off. Now that he's going to make his way back over here towards A halls, and he's going to be watching the long haul. A smoke comes in, blocking off his visibility a bit, and he's going to be maneuvering around over here. Going to boost his teammate up into middle and make his way back over here towards his halls, just to make sure no one pushes through it. He's got his incendiary in hand right now, and looks like he's just gonna throw it into A halls and just continue to hold that while his teammate has middle. He's pretty confident that his teammate will make sure that there's a call or anything if anything happens. But now Pronax actually falls off of it and looks at the terrorists. They seem to be all set up for a B take. They have been very successful with B takes these last 2 rounds, so I can imagine they'd want to go for it again. There they go. They get the entry over there. 2 picks, and well, one of them gets taken down, but they're still in a 4v2 situation here. Flusha gets shot up a bit, but he's actually going to make his way away from there. And hide in the site. One guy is pushing on him. Let's see if he aims on him any. Sprays at him, but he is not able to take him down. Alright, Flush is making his way back over here to peek Long A halls, and there are actually a bunch of them coming towards him. He's got a pretty aggressive positioning on this. That nade comes in, he's going to throw a nade to try to stop them from pushing in. But he's got a terrible angle here. He tries to come out and shoot the guy. Yes, he was aiming on him through the wall right there, but honestly, that's the only place he really can aim. And that guy was there, he had spotted him out earlier, and he didn't really move his crosshair much. That seemed completely legitimate to me. Flush is going to be making his way over here towards A halls, and he's making his way down into danger now. Just spotting it out. Looks like they're playing a very heavy B site. That leaves Flusha pretty much alone over here to worry about two angles, which is kind of difficult. Trying to play it a little bit more passively now, but this is also going to give them more access towards middle. The smoke does go off, so he's going to have to reposition and keep an eye on that. A teammate seems to... Well, I thought a teammate looked like they were going to be starting to rotate over, but it looks like they actually decided not to. He's going to smoke off Long A. He's just going to hold here for a moment. Meanwhile, his team seems pretty solid in their positioning. One of them gets taken down. But, yeah, I mean, they weren't going to rotate at all. They just sat there. They had full faith in Flusha to be able to hold this. Flusha, meanwhile, has rotated back into the back of the site. He's watching there over to the right, even though guys are coming up from A halls. I'm going to throw an incendiary grenade to block them off, throw a flash straight up, and call for the rotation. Meanwhile, his teammate gets picked at drop, and they have connector control. So I think he's kind of stuck all alone here, and he's going to have to make something happen. Tries to take out one guy, he wasn't able to. And as this entire game's been going, you can see he hasn't really been playing the same way he was playing in 2014. Gonna throw a smoke here and try to hold a close angle on it. A nade does come in, does a little bit of damage to him, not too much though. He's gonna sit here by the smoke. He's gonna try to spam through it and fall right off of it immediately. Making his way back over towards middle. Again, they're playing that setup where he's got, you know, A halls, but this time he's actually got a teammate over there with him. It seemed like stacking B wasn't the greatest idea last round, but this round it would be a pretty good one considering they're going to be trying to hit B right now. JW goes down. And they're in a 3v5 again. One guy comes out connector, and Flush is able to take one out, but not the other. Meanwhile, they're going to redirect back towards A, and the last two CTs will still be alive. And back to their standard setup. Now here you can see that the bomb is coming down middle. They're holding passively right now. I imagine they'll try to get the B picks again because they have been so efficient at that. That being said, the 7-0 score has now changed to a 7-6 scoreline. Anyone who's played Cobble knows that it's not something that you really need to worry about too much, as you can do a lot of things on the terrorist side to get some rounds. Smokes come in. He's going to throw a flash in the mid, and another flash. Gets his teammate a little bit with that, but he does prevent them from pushing up. Meanwhile, the terrorists are actually going to be making their way over here towards the B site. They're going to rotate over as quickly as possible. This time, however, the CTs do have numbers. They were in a... Now they're in a 2v4. Flush is going to be rotating over. Doesn't think anyone's going to be flanking them, and they know where the last guy's position is. He's just kind of holding this angle. His teammates keep pushing on him, which isn't a great idea. But Pronax is able to finally take down the final terrorist player. He's going to be making his way over here towards the A halls. As we've probably figured out by this point, this is his standard positioning. He's just holding that angle right there, Mainly, it's in case someone tries to peek him, he's able to shoot at him. But if someone runs past the area, he'll just simply fall back. Throw a nade. Smoke, probably. One guy in danger, I do not believe he actually spotted him out. He's gonna throw a smoke here, try to prevent anyone from pushing through it. Meanwhile, his teammate is able to get a pick over at the B site. It looks like this side is pretty clear, so he's going to try to rotate over in a moment once they spot out the bomb and the final two players. His teammates are able to get 2 more picks, leaving them in a 3v1. It's not looking good for Dead Fox. Nade comes in and hits him for 5 damage. Good nade. Looking over towards the fountain, he doesn't seem to know where the guy is. Alright, and here we are on the start of the second half. The first half score was 9-6. And that's a pretty good first half for them. Now Flusha does have a Glock and armor, and he's going to be making his way over here towards middle at first. He's going to be peeking out over and over and over and over again. One guy pushing through halls. He actually looked over at him. It kind of almost looked like he looked at the guy through the wall there. But I think he was just checking that upper area, and it just was coincidental at that moment. So able to take this guy out. And he's going to make his way back over here towards middle, actually. There's one guy left mid doors. He didn't seem to know he was there, and he got completely taken out. Completely off guard. Flush is making his way over here towards drop room. One guy is down in right outside of drop room, and his teammates are actually going to push him, take him out, though 2 of them get killed first. This leaves him in a 2v4. He's going to come out. He's not really able to connect with much. He gets taken down pretty quickly. Here you can see they forced up. They have AKs and umps. And Flusha actually has just a Tech 9, so he is still kind of saving up a bit. Making his way through the fire, but he gets hurt for quite a bit. No one knows that this guy is in the smoke right next to him, but it doesn't seem to matter as they get taken out before that, leaving them in a bad situation. Now they are saving, and Flusha's got a deagle and armor. One guy is pushing A halls, and his teammate's able to 1-dig him right in the face. Man down. Flusha is going to be watching mids, taking a couple spam shots at the door, and he checks up towards A halls, but there is no one there. Flush is creeping his way through A hall. He's gonna try to pick up this AK. He gets control of it, and there are 2 guys here in A hall for now. He gets taken down instantaneously. He didn't even react. Alright, so Flusha is going to be making his way towards middle again. He's got a flashbang in hand, and this time they've got a pretty full buy with full nades, utility, and such. Trying to spam him through the door. He was actually on target with a little bit of that spam. That being said, I think he's still trying to spam that same spot. Knows that other guy on the other team had actually shot at the door. Some people could say that was a little bit shady, but I don't know about that. It's a pretty typical spam spot, and you could see that he had actually spammed that area before with the deagle. Plus, it wasn't until the other guy on the other team fired back that he felt that he was actually hitting the shots, so it felt like he continued to fire right after that. Smoke grenade gonna come in. Flusha is going to be making his way into the CT mid area. He spots one guy out in sight, but he continues to push through anyways. This guy has dropped behind truck. There's one guy over to the right of him. And he gets taken out by the guy close right. Don't think he knew it was there exactly. Flusha is coming here into middle. He's going to throw a smoke grenade. Pretty much doing the same thing that he just did the round before. Now, as you can see, nothing has really paid off from so far on the terrorist side. They've lost the last 6 in a row. And it looks like it's not starting off so well this round either, as their teammate at B has just been picked by an AWP. Flush is going to be making his way here in middle. One guy close left, and one guy is back in sight. See if he knows where either of these guys is. Knows that one's in sight somewhere. He checks the close left, and he is able to take him down. Now he's just kind of holding the smoke area. He heard a jump. But he gets taken out from behind. Alright, Flush is watching middle again, and it seems that 3 CTs are actually set up in A-halls. 1 danger and 2 in A-halls. And danger's just falling back. And they're pretty heavily stacked over here. And Flush is going to be making his way over here. They did just win a round. Throw the smoke into middle. And should be pushing through, but a teammate just gets picked off. So they know there's at least an AWP up there. Well, it is not looking good for Godsent, but the match is not over yet. There's a flashbang in the middle. This time his teammates are working over towards the B site. He's doing the exact same thing as he did before, but he's doing it a little bit quicker. Hopefully this is to keep them honest, but it looks like it's being read pretty well. And the CTs are actually rotating off already. Flush is just holding right here, making sure no one's going to push. Just controlling the flank. He's going to be making his way towards the A-halls, and his teammates are actually... Well, he's got one teammate coming through middle with him. His teammates are actually still holding there with the bomb down. They can actually go either way depending on where the picks happen. If there are picks at A, they can come straight back here. But if not, they'll probably just take the bomb and go to B. Flusha rotates off and starts making his way over towards the B site. So I'll pick up the bomb in the process. And it looks like they are going to be hitting the B site. CTs have read this round perfectly. One guy by tree, one guy by fountain. And look at that. Hellraisers are able to pick up that round without much effort at all. 15-10. Alright, so this could possibly be the last round. The score is 15-10, and Flusha is making his way towards middle. Smoke grenade, Molotov, Tech 9. Checking up here towards danger. He doesn't spot anyone out immediately. He is going to have to check up here to the left. He know he died from there earlier, so he was definitely going to check that. There'd be no way that he was going to let that one go. Going to check over towards site. He spots out ahead, I believe, for a moment as he was making his way to the right. Takes some spam spots at it, or spam shots at it, and then spams over to the left at the normal spot. One of his teammates gets picked off, leaving them in a 4v5. JW just gets picked off. Not looking so good. He's going to pick up this deagle. Take a couple shots towards this guy in sight. He does connect with a 1D. Well, with a several dig shots. Finishing it off with a headshot. And he kills this guy coming through connector. That leaves them in a 2v2. It's winnable now. He's playing quietly, and he's just kind of holding this angle. One guy is pushing up from middle, and the other guy will be peeking out in a moment. Trying to watch that truck to make sure his teammate doesn't get killed. He's actually able to do enough damage that his teammate can just turn around and get the kill. And that leaves Pro next. Alright, so at this point, guys, it's do or die for Godsent. Flush is making his way back towards middle with an AK and smoke grenade. He throws that. He's just kind of holding passively. Looks like they're going to try to make the B take again. His teammates come in, are able to take down 1, 2, 3. Now they're in a 5v2, which gives them great odds to win this round. The CTs do have quite a bit of economy built up, I believe, at this point. It says 12,200 at the top. But they're going to save their guns anyways. Flush is going to throw a flashbang into mid, and throw the smoke grenade off the wall. There is one guy danger looking down in that left corner. Don't think Flush will be cut off by it too much. Comes in, he's actually able to take him down this time, but another guy does peek down the stairs and takes him out. Flush is making his way over towards the middle. He's got a flashbang in hand and a smoke grenade. Their team is picking up rounds now, but it might be too little too late. The score is 15-13. I'm gonna peek towards long A. Doesn't seem to spawn anyone out yet. There is one guy there. Now, the CTs have actually pretty much stacked B, but one of them seems to be rotating back over towards A. And Flush is making his way back over towards B. He is just holding flank right now. He's gonna pick up the bomb, throw a flashbang over, and his teammates are able to get a pick. So you got back fountain. Throw a Molotov over there to keep him from falling back. Spams into the smoke. And just spams all over the place. So guys, if you have not checked out the 2014 Flusha video, and you guys are watching this, go back and check that out just to see how different he is. He was super shady in that. And here, he seems pretty much legitimate. I don't think that there's more than 2 or 3 occasions that he does something a little bit suspicious here. Whereas there, it was just littered with it non-stop. Especially towards the beginning. So making his way over here towards the B site. Teammates are able to get a few picks. It's a 3v3. Score is 15-15. They need this round to stay in it. Get boosted up on this tree. One guy is in sight, one guy out the door. He dinks him through the wall a little bit. He gets taken down. And now they're in a 2v1. Just in case this is the last round. Yeah, it is. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, if you guys compare this one to the other one of Flusha back in 2014, he has definitely mellowed out quite a bit when it comes to suspicious activity. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. Have a great day.